Nice every video. Hey guys, welcome back. Today's gonna be a little bit more of a longer video, so I really need to get into it. Obviously, we're talking about my August hates and favorites. Why am I like this? If you're new here, my name is Hannah Mariah. I like to talk about beauty, makeup, skincare, luxury items. So if that's your jam, like and subscribe. Follow me on Instagram. So let's get into it. I'm gonna kick it off with like body products because your girl has a favorite. So this is necessary. I have the body wash in the eucalyptus scent, and I have the body lotion that is unscented. I got this at the Nordstrom sale. I have the best hookup ever there. Shout out to Kat. She got me this set at the very last minute. Somebody ordered one too many and I got my hands on this. I have been wanting to try Necessaire forever. It just seems to be the consensus that this brand is amazing, and I agree. So I have eczema, so I try to stay away from lotions with a lot of fragrance in them. So this really called out to me. This is a great lotion. You can even use this on your face. The ingredients are really beautiful. There's no fragrance. It's really rich in peptides. It's got vitamin E. It's just a really hydrating formula, really nice, soaks into the skin, good for daytime, doesn't make your skin feel like oily or anything, so you can like put on your pants like afterwards. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm talking about. This is really nice. I highly recommend. I will definitely repurchase this whenever I'm out of it. And part of the set that came in was the body wash, and this one was scented. I actually thought this didn't have a fragrance, but this one does have a eucalyptus scent. And it's just really clean. It smells really good. It smells like a spa, very green, very earthy. It's just clean enough to where you feel like you'll smell okay whenever you walk out of the shower, but it's not overpowering at all. Eucalyptus is like one of my favorite smells anyway, and it doesn't bother me at all. So if you're sensitive to fragrance, maybe it won't work for you, but it sure worked for me. Go pick this up. You will not regret it. Up next, Chanel. So I picked up the Le Lift Flash Eye Revitalizer a couple of weeks ago. These are, they come like this. They come in, these are the instructions. Anyway, these are the eye patches in here. Sorry, there's like a reflection of the window in the background. I'm trying to give you guys some good quality light. And then this is like a little rolly eye pen full of the Le Lift serum. So you apply this first, top and bottom, and then you put on the two patches and let it sit, let it soak. These are that bougie eye patch moment. They're an Instagram worthy moment. I honestly like feel some kind of way whenever I use these. So honestly, it's like an experience on top of like skincare. So these were right up my alley. I really like these. They're really fun to use, and they perform just like any other eye patch though, to be honest with you guys. I haven't really noticed a huge difference. It's kind of expensive, it's a little pricey. It does come with 10 sets of these, so you get a lot of use out of it, and whenever you're done, you can just continue using this as a serum under your eye cream if you use that. But they're just like a moment, you guys. You just put them on your counter and they're like, oh, she's a Chanel, she's using Chanel on her skin, my eye bags are Chanel. You know what I mean? It's not life-changing, but I really do enjoy it. It's a self-care ritual kind of thing where sometimes you just want to, you know, be Chanel. Will I repurchase them? I don't know. I want to get through all 10 uses and see if there was like any semblance of an improvement. I doubt that there will be, but it's Chanel. It's a moment. I do like. Naturium. Let's talk about some Naturium. So I bought a bunch of stuff from Naturium whenever she came out with the 2 new moisturizers and the BHA liquid exfoliant. So I have some thoughts. Let me just say that my favorite thing from Naturium so far has been the niacinamide serum with zinc in it. This is a 12% niacinamide, 2% zinc, and it also has hyaluronic acid and vitamin E. This is a great serum. This is nice for daytime, nighttime, but I try not to overdo it with niacinamide because if you use too much of it, it can irritate you a little bit, and a lot of the products that I use have niacinamide in it. So I only use this at night, and it pairs so great with my retinoid, my adapalene gel, but even without that, it just is a great serum. The consistency of this is amazing. It's thick enough to feel substantial, but it's not too thin as to where you feel like it's not doing anything. It soaks into the skin really nicely, and I personally felt like I saw texture improvement right away. And I also just feel like it's feeding my skin really great ingredients. This is such a good introductory product to niacinamide, or just something that you want to use long term. I really, really like this. The other niacinamide that I used was from the Inky list, and I just was not impressed. I didn't think that it did anything. So if you have been in between not knowing if you want to get it from Naturium or the Inky list or maybe the Ordinary, I would go with this. I feel like this is so good. My favorite item from the whole line so far. My second favorite item is the BHA Liquid Exfoliant 2%. So this is a salicylic acid toner. This is really good, you guys. Remember whenever I did that video about Paula's Choice, that BHA versus the P50? Well, I kind of wish that I had known about this sooner. I would have pitted this against the Paula's Choice because this is superior. This is such a good toner. If you're looking for something to help you fight acne, maskne, blackheads, just clogged pores, this is going to be really nice for you. I've been reaching for this in the daytime because I feel like prepping my skin for the mask and trying to keep everything really clean is really important. And I find that using my BHAs in the morning really does help prevent some of that maskne. It's just a really good formula. This soaks right into the skin. It doesn't make my skin feel really dry. It doesn't leave a film like the Paula's Choice does for me. It's just a really nice formula. So if you've been on the fence about trying this, I would recommend it. It's also more affordable than a lot of the other popular BHA toners, and it's a pretty clean ingredient list too, so I would definitely go for it. 2% salicylic acid is where it's at, and especially because of maskne and just the humidity of where I live, I just need something, a heavy BHA to kind of just like exfoliate my pores and really sink down deep, which is what BHA does. So highly recommend, try it. And the last two Naturium items are her newest moisturizers. This is the Plant Ceramide Rich Moisture Cream, and this is the Intense Overnight Sleeping Cream. Of the two, I really like the Plant Ceramide Rich Moisture Cream. I find that the texture on this is a little bit more, it's like a whipped kind of creamy. It's not scented. Nothing is scented in her line, I believe. I've been using this on nights that I reach for my adapalene. I'll put a little like pea-sized amount in my hand and I'll rub it together and just kind of like press up. And I feel like it's really, really moisturizing. It's really nice, and it's got a lot of really nice ingredients in it. I find that sometimes it's a little too heavy for daytime. So if you are oily like me, I would just use it at nighttime. Drier skin types will probably like just soak this up. So if you're really dry, got a little bit of flakiness from that humidity, wearing that mask or something, and you're just, you know, prone to like cracked, irritated skin, you'll probably really, really enjoy this one. Now, the Intense Overnight Sleeping Cream is a very different consistency. This stuff is thick. You have to really work your finger in there to get it all out, and I like it. It's a little too thick for me. I am oily and I am acne prone, and I just find that it's just a little too thick. So I'm probably going to end up giving this one away, or just reaching for it whenever my skin's like maybe feeling dry or irritated. I'm not really sure. I don't dislike it. It's just too thick. Whereas this one is a much better consistency for my skin type. I do think they're both really good, but I do prefer the Plant Ceramide one. But overall, her brand, I'm impressed. I'm really impressed, you guys. I really didn't know how I was gonna feel about it, but I ended up really liking it. So I definitely want to buy more items from her line because so far so great. So if you've been curious about Naturium and you just weren't sure, I would definitely check it out. I definitely want to try her retinol. I want to try the face wash, but it's always sold out, and I want to try her vitamin C serum. So stay tuned for that. I will definitely be picking up those soon as well. All right, and my last three items are makeup. So I recently picked up the Milani Cheek Kiss in Rose Romance number 140. This is so beautiful. Oh my God, this is the prettiest liquid blush I think I've ever used, guys. I saw a girl on TikTok talking about this, but in a different shade. I picked up Rose Romance because I'm a pink kind of girl lately. This is so beautiful. It blends out really beautifully with a synthetic brush. I have tried it with a beauty blender, but I prefer it with a brush because I feel like it makes the pigment shear out in a better way than the sponge does. Sometimes the sponges kind of suck everything up. but either way, it blends like a dream. It's just so feminine, just this beautiful, feminine, romantic rose shade, which makes sense because it's called Rose Romance. I want to pick up a lot more shades from this line. I think there's like 5 or 6 colors. I definitely want to pick up more. So if you have been curious about these, they're totally worth it. And they're drugstore, guys. I don't even know how much these were, $5 or $6, maybe $8, who knows. I will definitely pick up more of these. Such a good product. Honestly, Milani's been stepping it up lately. I want to try a lot more from this line. I just haven't in a long time, but I really love this. And another drugstore item, who is she? This is the L'Oreal Unlimited Mascara. This is a really nice lengthening mascara. Reminds me a lot of the Grandiose by Lancome because it does bend to give it this shape, which is what I like about it. I can hold it like really comfortably like this and I just comb my lashes up. It is very lengthening and it is pretty black. It's a very black mascara. It's just not gonna work for you if you like something really wispy. So when I want wispier lashes, I do have to layer it, but I really like it. And I can't tell you how many times people have asked me what mascara I'm wearing when I use this. It reminds me a lot of the Grandiose, but it also reminds me a little bit of the Gucci Beauty Le Obscure. It's not as black as the Gucci Beauty Le Obscure, but it does lengthen in a similar way. I would still reach for the Gucci Beauty more, I think. But if you are on a budget and you want something similar to that, definitely try this out. It is not water or sweat proof though, so be mindful of that. So if you're gonna be outside in the heat or crying or sweating or something, I wouldn't reach for it, but this is a really nice mascara. I have a really hard time finding drugstore mascaras that I like, but this is the first one that I found in a while that I did like, so I do recommend this. It was $10, I think. It was a little pricier than the other ones on the shelf from L'Oreal, but whatever, I like it. My last favorite of the month is not new, but it's a rediscovery. This is the NARS Soft Matte Concealer in Creme Brulee. The color doesn't really matter, but I bought this a long time ago when it was brand new, and I just stopped using it because I try so much stuff. Sometimes you forget about things. I've come back to this and just fallen in love all over again. It is the best concealer because it just does everything. It'll carve your brows, it'll brighten your under eye, it covers acne, it can color correct. It's not too heavy, it's not too matte. It's just a great concealer. It works really great with my fingers and it works really great with a brush, and I feel like it makes your skin look airbrushed. So whenever I have like a breakout or like a weird discoloration spot, I will take a brush and just kind of like swirl it around in the pot. You can see I've put a nice little dent in here. I'll swirl it around in the pot and just kind of like wisp, I don't know what I'm doing here, airbrush wispy over my face, and it just looks really perfect. Like it makes it look as perfect as it's gonna be because you can't hide texture unless you like, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It just does a really good job of like covering everything up. So this was a rediscovery that I've been using all month and I'm really into it. So if you haven't tried this, go pick it up. You will not regret it. Speaking of regrets, these are the 3 things that I hated this month. First off, y'all remember whenever I did that try new things, take my makeup off video? This is the Physicians Formula Double Cleansing Oil from the Organic Wear line. Ugh. I don't like it. It burns my eyes. It doesn't remove really black mascara or eyeliner really well. And it does emulsify, but in a really strange way. It's just not as good as tons of other oils that I've tried. So I would never reach for it again. And I'm kind of bummed because I can't return it from where I bought it. And it's so full. Y'all give me an idea of what to do with this. Like, is there something, could I clean my brushes? Have you ever cleaned your brushes with an oil? I don't know, but I don't want it anywhere near my face. So this was like $10, I think, at the drugstore. I would never repurchase this. Major regret. Stick with the Perfect Matcha Cleansing Balm from Physicians Formula. This is not better. It's way worse. Don't buy it. All right, let's talk about another major disappointment. This is the Misha Magic Cushion Cover Lasting Cushion Foundation. I see this a lot on Instagram and YouTube. It was supposed to be like this full coverage miracle cushion product, And it is full coverage. When you use the pat that comes in here and really like pat it all over the skin and go in once or twice, it is very full coverage and it's very matte. But if you use a beauty blender with it and use one layer, it's really sheer and glowy. It's a chameleon product. Unfortunately, it is so heavily fragranced, you guys. It smells like someone took a perfume bottle and sprayed it straight into here, and it stays on your face. It does not dissipate once you've put it on, and it gave me a headache. And on top of that, I've been like strangely breaking out here and there on my strange breakouts on my forehead, and I don't get acne on my forehead anymore. So I was really worried that it was the Naturium, but I had been using the Naturium for a good month, and I had only started breaking out in the last 2 weeks. And I found out that it was because I had been trying this for about the last 2 weeks. I think I've used it 4 or 5 times. And it gives me acne, and it's just got too much fragrance in it, unfortunately. So if you've been wanting to try this, I would not recommend it. It just, like I said, it smells and it gave me acne. If you've been wanting to try a cushion foundation, the Laneige and the Belief cushion foundations are really nice. I like them. They're just a lot more sheer and very glowy. They are not matte whatsoever. So they're just a different product, but within the same medium. So yeah, I wouldn't recommend this at all, and I can't return it. I don't really know what to do with it. I might donate it. So yeah, don't waste your money. And last, but certainly not least, if you follow me on Instagram, you know exactly what I'm gonna talk about. This is the Morphe 35C Everyday Chic palette. I saw this on TikTok, I saw this on Instagram, and the color story really did speak to me. It's a cool tone palette with pretty neutrals and shimmery shades, blah, blah, blah. Too bad that the performance is butthole. Guys, I did a look with this like 3 or 4 days in a row, and every day I talked about it on Instagram and just complained about it. That was all it was. This has done nothing but made me complain. This isn't who I am anymore. Number one, it doesn't even matter that these crazy colors aren't me anymore. Even the normal shades are just not functional. The fallout is horrible. They crease, and I tried it with multiple different primers and concealers and setting it and putting down a transition shade and a base color. It just did not work for me. And I bought it knowing I don't like Morphe. Sorry, I've never liked Morphe shadows. I even had the original Jaclyn Hill palette that everyone said was just such a good formula for the price. And I always thought, like, this isn't that great. Why is everyone saying this is a good palette? And it just wasn't good for me. And it's really sad because the color story is really pretty. It's got just this like really great everyday column here. It's got some really beautiful like matte green, shimmer green, these shifty like shift shades or whatever that you can put all over. And it's like, in theory, it's nice. But unfortunately, Morphe their formulas suck. So needless to say, I regret buying it. It was horrible. All right, you guys, that's it. I hope that I helped you guys make some decisions. I hope some things excited you. Maybe I bored you. Who knows? Still, like and subscribe. Come back. Follow me on Instagram. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.